Okay. So I made this channel so that I can tell everybody about what I have. I have a neurological disability, and it causes me a lot of problems. I have something called Idiopathic Intracranial Hypertension. It's also called Pseudotumor Cerebri. It basically creates an increased pressure in my head, which causes anything from severe pain in my head to nausea, vomiting, dizziness, lightheadedness, loss of balance, vision issues. One of the main things that it causes, not all the time because some people don't have it, is papilledema, or it's also called optic nerve swelling. It's a very difficult thing to deal with. I have a lot of memory issues. You could tell me something and 2 hours later I won't remember what you told me. I'll need to do things and I won't remember to do them if I don't make a list or if I don't write it down somewhere. So it's definitely been a very difficult journey. I was diagnosed, don't mind my hair here, it's a mess. I was diagnosed with this the 5th of November, 2019, after about 1.5 to 2 years of me telling the doctors there was something wrong with my head, that I was sick, and I would constantly get blown off. Oh, you're drug seeking. You are making things up. I was constantly told that there was nothing wrong with me, that basically I was crazy. So either I got the, oh, you're crazy and you are delusional doctors, or I got the, you're drug seeking and you must be a drug addict doctors. So finally I kind of gave up, and I didn't want to keep trying anymore. I didn't want to keep going to the ERs, keep going to the doctors, telling them there was something wrong when they wouldn't listen. So about a month before I was diagnosed, I was in Hobby Lobby in Vista, California. Technically, it's kind of Escondido. It's on like the Escondido-Vista border. And my spouse had gone over to the bank, to Wells Fargo, to the ATM, so that he could deposit money into the ATM. I was doing okay, and then walking through the aisles, I got an intense pressure in my head, to the point that I almost passed out. I pretty much blacked out. My vision turned very, very dark very, very quickly. Thought I was going to fall. Hobby Lobby employee literally kind of grabbed a hold of me and was like, hey, are you okay? And at that point I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I need to get a hold of my husband. So he came back and we went to the hospital in Escondido, Palomar. While I was at the hospital, they pumped me full of pain medication because my head felt like it was going to split open. And pretty much sent me on my way. They were not concerned about the fact that I was having vision issues. They were not concerned about the fact that I could not function, the fact that I almost blacked out and passed out. But it happens a lot. I have found that Most doctors just don't care. They, take an oath to do no harm, yet they do quite a bit of harm because they overlook things, or they treat you like a drug addict, or they treat you like you don't know what you're talking about, or, whole nine yards. Like, it's a very difficult situation. So they just sent me out the door, gave me some pain meds, whatever. I called my primary care doctor at the time, and my primary care doctor office wouldn't even let me talk to the doctor. Pretty much told me that they were not going to order any type of testing because I had requested like an MRI of my head, that they were not going to, do any testing, do anything else, and that I was pretty much crazy. They didn't just do testing, without a reason. Well, obviously I had a reason. And then I was told that, your blood work looked good a couple weeks back, and so we weren't concerned. So I was sitting in San Clemente, California, about a month after that last hospital trip. And I was so sick, and I could not write my letters. I couldn't see well enough to write my letters. So I was like, okay, well, let's do this one more time. And I said, if anybody's going to diagnose me, it's going to be UCSD Medical Center in San Diego. So we went to the Hillcrest location, which is a couple miles from downtown San Diego. And within hours, I had a diagnosis. They did an MRI, CAT scan. They did a lumbar puncture. For those of you that doesn't know what a lumbar puncture is, they literally stuck a needle into my spine to check my spinal fluid pressure and also check for any signs of infection or proteins or anything like that in my cerebrospinal fluid. My pressure was at 31. Normal cerebral spinal fluid pressure is anywhere from 7 to 15. So it was definitely high, and they gave me a diagnosis. I thought that everything was going to be great. Little did I know that the nightmare was only beginning. I was optimistic with a diagnosis, thinking that they were going to be able to treat me, that I would get better, but I didn't. I just continued getting worse. But that's another story for a different day. I want to bring a lot of awareness to this neurological disease that I have. Only 1 to 2 people in every, I think it's 200,000 people get this. A lot of times they blame it on women, being overweight, or their hormones being off, or whatever. They don't know what they're talking about. Yes, I get that some factors can factor into this. Different medications, birth control, certain antibiotics can cause this. So, but, like I said at the beginning, it's called idiopathic intracranial hypertension because they don't know what causes it. I have been fat shamed. I have been told to my face that I am too fat and that I need to lose weight, that it's in my best interest to lose the weight, that it'll cure me. Since June, I have lost, I was 284. I am now 267. So I have lost 284, 274, 10. I have lost like 17 pounds, and I'm worse than I ever have been. it's been an absolute nightmare. So anyways, that's a little bit of an intro into what I've been dealing with. Hoping to bring awareness to this, help people through this process, and hope that we can kind of find a solution or be able to help people. Don't ever let a doctor tell you that you're too fat or that you are just drug seeking. Don't give up until you find a doctor that will actually listen to you. A lot of us deal with chronic conditions, like my neurological stuff. And it can be very, very difficult. It can be very depressing. Even to the point of being suicidal at times. It can mess with our mental and emotional well-being, because it is very difficult to live with a chronic condition, especially a condition that causes pain. Living with pain all the time is not an easy thing to do. So anyways, this is just a little intro video. I will post some more videos about my condition, what I've been through, and what I'm going through now. Because as you can see, I'm in a hospital room. So I will hopefully reach audiences and bring some awareness to this, and also hopefully be able to reach people going through the same thing, so that we can help each other overcome this. I will go ahead and end the video now, but hopefully I will be able to post some more soon.